Hey, Mark here. I have a really cool giveaway for you. I have 5 digital copies of the 2025 Romance Regretting You up for grabs. And if you'd like to win a copy, just shoot me a message and be like, hey, Mark, I would love a copy of the 2025 Romance Regretting You. Because why not? It looks fun. It has Dave Franco, Allison Williams, Mason Thames, McKenna Grace, Clancy Brown pops up, Willa Fitzgerald. She's great. So yeah, shoot me a message and let me know. When life pulls you down, love lifts you up. Watch Regretting You movie on digital now.
Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me, Megan Hoffmeyer.
Sarah Newark, DJ Valentine, Billy Business, and Brendan Peters. It's Andy Boetes. It's Nathan Leahy. It's David Cross. It's Jake Lewitt. Norbert Morvan. It's Lisa Leahy. Joey Lewandowski. John Levingood. Professor Mike Dillon. Nick Riak. Niall Moore. Adam Youngblood Hutt. Eric Hoffmeyer. It's Johnny Nunn. Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who just enjoyed some delicious spice. It's Jack Austin.
Spice.
Your eyes are blue.
Yeah.
Look at those things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're also riding a Sandworm? You have a great mic.
Thank you.
And nice grappling hooks, by the way.
Very, very good. They're finely tuned.
How's the sand in your mouth? How much do you consume a day while riding a worm?
I'd say per worm ride, it's about 3 pounds of sand.
You're just sneezing sand out 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, listen, if someone like it's worth it. Hey, Mark, do you want to ride a colossal earthworm, giant sandworm? Yeah, but you'll eat about 3 pounds of sand. Fine.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Like, hey, Mark, do you want to ride a dragon? Yeah. Well, you eat a bunch of bugs, like, I don't know, whatever it is you do when you hit riding a dragon. So,
Right.
but you're busy. You have a Sandworm Uber business, and I'm just glad you had time to join me to talk about Dune Part 2. And before we get going, I'm terrible at this, at self-promotion, but Jack, you and Robert Lamb are doing awesome things over at Seven Lamb. So just tell listeners about that. And like, you've been on the show before, but like, you guys are blowing up, and I love it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, Rob and I are the co-creators, owners, whatever you want to call, founders of Seven Lamb Productions. We do audio dramas. So since we don't have the wonderful budget of the movies and things like that, or maybe Shai
You have
Hulud
$200 million?
help us. Yeah, right. So we do audio dramas. It's like listening to a movie or a TV show. They are continued narrative stories that Robert Lamb writes. We edit, I voice act in about 99% of them. And it's definitely our favorite thing right now. So thank you so much for the shout out, Mark. We appreciate you. We love watching you guys blow up too.
How many downloads have you guys had? Because you'll never say it publicly. I want you to tell the audience how many people have listened to your show and how many number ones in Spotify have you been in?
We've
You guys
been
are big
number one in
business.
Spotify for Tower 4 at least 4 times. Ironically enough, 4 times we've been number one.
Just stop the show.
Downloads wise, we stopped counting at 10 million because we switched to another host, and their metrics for listenership isn't tracked as closely as where we used to be, but we've got to be, since we stopped tracking, probably like 25 million, I'd say.
You guys blowing up. And like, Robert Lamb's been on the show many times. So if you guys are out there and you're like worried about writing, you're trying to find motivation, look into Jack and Robert, because Robert locked himself in a room for 10 years. He's still in a room right now. Robert hasn't left his room in 10 years, has he?
No.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No. And so, Jack joined on. Now they're just like the voice work. You guys like built it from scratch. And I talk to you guys about my students. I tell people about you guys. And like, I just admire all the work you're putting in. So, yeah, we get that out of the way. But I'm big fans of these guys. They work hard.
We are a work in progress. If you listen to some of our shows and you're out there and you're a creator, you can see where we started as two guys in a garage, and now we're two guys in a garage who have learned a lot more.
A nicer garage.
Yeah, nicer garage.
With air conditioning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And a studio.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And merch and fanfic and like fan art.
We have lots of fan art, and it always blows me away when we see stuff like that. We had a young man the other day who had a Tower 4 birthday cake. It was so cool. And
that's awesome.
like we were so happy to see that, and just being able to interact with people and impact their lives is crazy.
Nice. And I like your glow up too, man. You're looking great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, the glow up is real. It's been a lot of spice.
All that sand.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. So, like, last time you were on, we talked about the Thor franchise. Now we're back, and you sent me a message and were like, "Hey, I want Dune 2." And I'm like, "Sure, you got it." So, yeah, tell me about your relationship with Dune 2 and the franchise and Denis Villeneuve, and what are your thoughts about this movie?
So when Dune was coming back out, I had never seen the original film, and I've still only seen parts of it because I am a father of three, so time is fleeting. But I ended up watching it and just thinking to myself, God, how well done is this movie? And Dune 1 really blew me away. I call it
Yeah,
Dune 1. Dune really blew me away with a lot of different factors that I'm sure we'll get into. And then when Dune 2 was coming out, I was like, man, I really hope this one lives up to the hype. And then I went and saw it by myself in the theater. I don't often do that, but again, we talk about schedules. I didn't have any other choice. So I went and saw it by myself. And I walked out of that theater saying to myself, this might be the best movie I've ever seen. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why I think that. Of course, this is my opinion, but the sci-fi genre has always had a good place close to my heart, and this is definitely an epic. And there are so many things that I think certain epics do. I don't want to say wrong, but it's differently than the way that I would do them. And I think the way that the director of Dune 2, tell me his name again,
Denis Villeneuve,
Denis Villeneuve.
French Canadian,
He is just, it's a
Montreal.
masterpiece for
Yeah.
me. I always have little things in movies. I'm like, I didn't like this. Walking out of Dune 2, I was like, I can't even find that. There's nothing that I can find about this movie that I didn't like.
I mean, listen, he understands scale, and one of the nicest things about this episode is it allowed me to research the production. I watched every extra. I found an interview with Christopher Nolan. I listened to like an hour and a half every Easter egg explained episode because I have an hour and a half commute to work sometimes. So I've just been
Mm,
like listening and learning about it. And I think one thing that people like Denis Villeneuve, Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, David Fincher have in common is like they just make smart decisions. And I know that's really random to say, but when you read about these films and how Dune 2 was developed, and it went to Budapest because you can make movies for more, like you can get more for less. If you
mhm.
make a film in the States, $200 million, you could probably make it over there for 150, 130. So you stretch his budgets, but also people go to other countries for tax incentives all the time, but they don't do anything as smart as what he does. And
Mhm.
just they built sets as far as they can go. They went to the deserts. They were in the deserts. They built giant, like the scale is incredible. And I just think the way that he wrote it and condensed the Dune's an unwieldy book. And so he had to like make some choices about it. And it's just, you know, when you're playing in a $200 million budgeted sandbox, money goes fast. It really goes fast. But he
Yeah.
found a way to really maximize it. The actors believed in him and just the choices that he made and the decisions. And this movie zips along. It's long, it's like 2 hours, 45 minutes, but it flies by.
Yes.
And just the sense of scale, Hans Zimmer's score, there's so many just smart decisions. The sand riding, they just built the set. They had this big gimbal. They built this worm thing and we're just blasting sand at the stunt actors all the time.
Yeah.
But then you watch it and you're just like, holy shoot, just
Yeah.
jeez Louise. And I think that's what sets Villeneuve apart is he just understands scale and he makes smart decisions. Also, too, like what I like about him is he's making Dune. People know Dune. It's a book. It was a
Mhm.
movie by David Lynch. It was a TV series. So all the source material is there. And that allows him to like everyone has a basic visual in their heads, but that allows him to like be as creative as possible and think things through as possible because he's not creating a whole new world. He's taking an
Yeah.
existing world and like with a reference to it. So everyone has a reference and he's making it like his version. So I think that's really smart. He's not out there going like, he's not making a movie called what's like a sand. I don't know,
Mhm.
big sand. And he's like, this is this, this is this, this is this. Like people have a
Right.
reference. And so because of that, people know the story, but he's allowed to condense it and he's allowed to get people on board and make smart decisions. And, I think that's what all the greats do. I mean, Spielberg has remade movies, War of the Worlds, Martin Scorsese remakes movies. I think the best directors who are operating in huge, big budget sandbox, Nolan made Batman movies. Like they just know how to take existing IP and then take that freedom of everyone knowing what it is and making the best movie possible. I just talked a
Right.
lot, but I don't care because I love Denis Villeneuve.
No, I think he does a great job. And one of the things that I really appreciate about him and the way that he directs and the way that he tells the story is you can tell that to him the story in the world and what he's creating comes first. So, I mean, we look at the cast for this movie. It's an absolutely insane, star-studded cast, but he doesn't throw it in your face, right? He doesn't say, "Oh, well, I've got Florence Pugh, so she should be in as many shots as humanly possible." No, she's used where she's needed, and I think the movie shines that much more for those purposes, right? Like, Timothy Chalamet is really the only one who's 90% of the movie, but he has to be. He's
Yeah.
Paul. He's the main character. He's whose story we're following, but everyone else plays their part so beautifully in the time that they're given, and nothing feels like just hypothetical. This is not about this individual in any way, shape, or form, but like if you have a movie with The Rock, it feels like every scene has The Rock in it. And every
Yeah.
scene has him doing the eyebrow or flexing or doing a rock ism to where it feels like it's more about him as a person than it is about the story he's telling. And so that's, I think, the antithesis of that is Dune, because I mean you have Austin Butler, you have
Mount Leah Sado, Rebecca
Skarsgård,
Ferguson,
what's his
Brolin,
name? Yeah.
Skarsgårds, everybody.
And before I can't end this show without saying that Javier Bardem is my favorite part of this whole movie. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've always kind of known about him and liked him, but him as Stilgar in Dune 2 is just my absolute favorite performance, bar
Watch
none.
out for the gin.
Yeah, yes.
See, he doesn't want it. He's
Yeah.
he's the guy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that he says he's not the guy makes him the guy. My favorite line from him too is like, "Watch out for the centipedes. The big ones are harmless, but the little ones." And he puts his hand out. So I remember I was like, "That's the little one." Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
and there's good humor in this.
Yes.
There's like cannibal Harkonnen, genetically modified ladies who just keep getting fed. Working
Yeah.
for the Harkonnens is horrible, by the way. And
Yes.
and and you know what's also really smart what Villeneuve does is, and I've been going through the Star Trek franchise, watching all the movies,
Yeah.
and the most successful Star Trek movies like Wrath of Khan or Four, where they go for the whales, the voyage home, they keep things really simple and they don't dumb down the sci-fi, but they make it really accessible for viewers. So that it's not like a really Star Trekky plot because the second one you could put on boats and
Yeah.
it could be Master and Commander with a guy wanting revenge. The fourth one they're on Earth, so it makes it really accessible to people. What this does, it doesn't get too lost in like the sci-fi fantasy elements.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff in these Dune books that's like we need spice, but then everyone has spice, and there's all these big families. And there was a war with AI. That's why the technology is like this. And then we have nukes, but you can't really have nukes. And then there's this, and there's this. It's like Game of Thrones. There's so much
Right.
positioning, but he keeps it so simple. And what he's created are like really sensory blasting movies where you like feel it, you hear it, you see it, you go, holy moly. Like there's so many wow moments. And he, instead of like focusing on like quote unquote nerdy sci-fi elements, I sound like I'm in the 90s when everyone's like, oh, sci-fi. But he makes it accessible for everybody. There's a love story, there's beautiful action, there's gigantic action, there's good like interesting scores. And what's too, you could watch this with like your lizard brain. You could just be like, yeah, yeah. Or you could be like, oh, Paul does not want to go south.
Right.
He doesn't want to be the Messiah. But these people have been like the Benedetta. That's
Bene
a movie.
Gesserit.
Bene Gesserit. Benedetta is a movie from Paul Verhoeven, and she was a nun in that movie. But they've been spreading this myth forever. So when someone pops up, and then Paul, the way he grew up, he can pick up things really easily and
Yeah.
understand things, and he's loaded on spice.
Right.
So it's like everyone's like, he is that. Look, he did that. He did that. But they've been like the Bene Gesserit have been like putting this into the culture for hundreds of years
And telling this
decades.
really generic story
Yeah,
to
yeah.
these very simple people, that for somebody to fall into the shoes of being the Lisan al Gaib is so easy. That's why at the beginning of the movie, you're so right. Is that like Stilgar says, oh, there are signs, and they're like, oh my gosh, Stilgar again? You found another guy to be the
Remember
Lisana
what happened to
Vega?
Hank? He didn't do anything, you know?
Yeah, yeah. They're just tired of hearing it, right? But to the point of what you were saying, you're absolutely right. They don't throw the sci-fi in your face. They make things very relatable when you're looking at them, and they explain them in simple ways, right? While at the same time building a culture that's easy for you as the audience to understand, right? Like that opening scene, they're getting attacked by the Harkonnens, or tracked by the Harkonnens. They don't really get attacked, and they handle it quite simply. And they just start pulling the water out of the corpses.
And moving
And he
hands. The
goes,
guys are still alive. Oh,
and he
I
goes,
love it.
it's disgusting, but it works for cooling systems. We need the water. Like we absolutely need it. We're in a desert. And you're like, oh, I get that. And then you also see the importance of water to them as a people, which for a desert. But the mother, Jessica, who's another A+ knock out of the park in this movie. I
Yeah, she
forget. I
rules.
don't know the actress's name.
Rebecca
I'm
Ferguson.
terrible with some of that. Rebecca Ferguson. Give that lady whatever she wants. She did a fantastic job as the Bene Gesserit and Jessica and all that. But she's going to vomit, and Silgar's like, don't do that. That's valuable,
Yeah.
And
We
he's
need it.
just like, when she throws up, he looks like somebody just threw $1,000 steak dinner on the floor. And it's
Yeah.
just like, that is such a simple way of saying, man, that is how important this is to people.
Mm-hmm. And like, it's great too. It's a simple story about a guy. Like, there's so many like white saviors movies, and this one isn't it. They're trying to subvert that trend because of the decades of priming, and he doesn't want it, but then he accepts it. But so it really does subvert that. But there's so many times where like Robin Hood, like he goes and starts working with the people, they start using guerrilla tactics. Oh, and then they beat the big empire. And so audiences coming into it can just be like, oh, I know this story. Like, and that's what James Cameron does. Avatar, Titanic. Like, hey, Titanic, what's it about? A love story on a boat. Oh, it's sink. Cool. Like they so you know where this is going, right?
Yeah.
You know that like everyone's seen these like prophet movies where there's this person who's a prophet, they're gonna fulfill this, and then you just go on the journey. So it's like even someone who isn't into sci-fi can come watch this and be like, oh, okay, I get it, and then understand what they're trying to do.
Right.
So I love like it's just another smart element of blockbuster filmmaking that I appreciate. Like he doesn't get lost in the weeds. He keeps the story pretty simple. And because of that, you can have so many jaw-dropping moments because that's what you can focus on because the story is easy to consume. And at least for me, at least, because you know where this is going. I don't want to go south. He's going to go south.
Right.
It's going to go bad
at some point.
And they got to fight. This dude killed his dad. This guy killed his army. This guy did all this. Like, they're going to get revenge.
Yeah.
And then there's always like the final duel. There's always final duels at the end. And so it's like, it's great. Like, Herbert helped do this. I mean, Dune's been around for a long time. Most of the modern playbook we see is from him.
Yeah.
So it's
like
cool
predates Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. And so, what's great too is even when watching this, people are like, I saw this in Star Wars. Like people didn't complain like, oh, this is too familiar. Like this when John Carter got released in the theaters, they're like, this is boring. I've seen this before. I'm like, yeah, but John Carter like started it.
Yeah.
Like, this was original serial. And then they release it and they're like,
yeah.
But he keeps something that is familiar and has been seen before, and he makes it so fresh with the giant sets. Greg Fraser's cinematography. He just knows how to do that, and it's totally fair. You kind of like were apologizing for saying it was like you're not apologizing, but like you're like, oh, this is my one of my favorite movies, and you're like, like you don't have to preface that at all because there's so many like whoa moments in the first one and this one. Like I see how it's easy to leave a theater and just be like, that was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. And so I get it. Like I don't feel bad about saying that because I totally understand why, because it pushes technology. Like that one scene was all infrared on the Harkonnen planet. They shot in infrared.
Yeah.
Like and there was like 50 degrees Celsius, so like just blazing. Everyone was passing out.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they push
the way that it looks, it actually looks really cool when you're there.
Yeah.
Like it looks cold.
Oh, man, like just film, it's gorgeous. And like the visuals, you have the vampire ladies, and then not vampire lady, you have like the cannibal ladies.
Cannibal ladies, yeah.
And then you have like they call them the Picadors, the Harkonnen guards, who are the black creatures that look like, I don't know, xenomorphs. Like they look amazing.
Look a little xenomorph.
Yeah,
they were definitely a big question mark for me, but at the same time they just fit. Like it's like you were just talking about. You just accept it. You're like these guys are okay. All right,
Yeah.
I understand that they're a part of this world. These people are weird enough that this makes sense to me that these things would be here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you want to work for this family?
The
The Hark,
Harkonnens?
yeah,
I mean, honestly, it depends on who you are. If you're Fade or you're the Baron or you're Rabban, you're doing okay. But
yeah,
that's I don't even think 1% is fair to say he lives like that. So if I had to be just a guy who works for them, like I was just like the guy who makes the knives for Fade, he's walking up already knowing that he's gonna find something
yeah,
wrong,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, here are your blades, my lord. And the two ladies who have just done a great job of painting him with black paint on his body, he just kills two of them. And the other one's just sitting there shaking, like, oh God, I'm gonna get killed next. There's a 1% chance I would want to work for the Hark.
He would be like, "It's too perfect," and then
Yeah.
slit his throat. You make me jealous. Kill him.
Yeah.
And then good old Scars guards around there just tossing around his people that work for him in the room with all the screams.
Yeah.
This
He's
movie
got
has
his
an edge to it as well. I mean, they just murder people in this. This
uh-huh.
movie is quite violent and kind of
I
yeah. But it's like my ladies haven't eaten in a while. It's, oh man, I would not. Just
yeah.
imagine working with it. You're like one of those people, and they're just looking at you. And I'm gonna get
Yeah.
eaten.
Hey,
They're gonna eat
hey,
me.
hey, Bill. I mean, I think if you go into Fade's room today, there's a pretty good chance his little ladies are eating you tonight. Yeah, like he has been a little bit more off kilter than usual. I
Just
saw Baron Harkonnen floating around with his little medical balloon, and he was just looking like he wanted to choke somebody.
just dropping on people and chucking them around. They're just horrible. And if I work for them, there's a scene where Bautista comes in, and I know I just called him Bautista. I have all the names pulled up here.
He's
Just run. Yeah,
Raban.
Robin. Yeah, and he's like, "Do all this," and then everyone's like, "Hey, I don't think we should do that. We should probably
Yeah,
do this." And then they get their faces smashed. I'll be like, "I got you." Yes, sir.
yeah. I
Like,
told you to control the whole planet. I only see half of it. He's like,
hey.
well, the South is uninhabitable, sir. He's like, well, I told you to do it.
I'll be like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
Like, go take a bucket and pick up every ounce of sand on this planet. Yes, sir. Just
I'm on the way.
like on my way. I wouldn't be like, "Sir, that'd be impossible." I'd be like,
Yeah.
"I'll go find a bucket and I
Yeah.
will do this."
How
And
many
then,
buckets would you like, sir?
yeah. Yes, exactly. I wouldn't even ask questions. I'd be like, "Copy that."
Yeah.
And I would just run
No
away
problem. Just run off. Yeah.
because he doesn't remember anything.
No.
But I'm telling you, if a Harkonnen gives you an order or tells you to do something and they look pissed, like,
Yeah.
I got you.
Do it.
So yeah, all right, cool. Oh, you're going to battle? I don't tell them not. I don't know. It just all the Harkonnen who say like don't do that end up dead. So
Yes, exactly. Anyone who tries to offer any sort of rationale is just killed. Sir, don't go outside the security perimeter. This guy is out there literally killing all of us. We're losing so many men to the desert. Don't go out there. He goes, yeah, well, they're already here, so I'm gonna go get him. And then he shows up and immediately he's like, you know what? Never mind. Those guys are right.
and then he runs away.
Yeah,
Just
immediately.
run away, run
Yeah.
away. Yeah, wait, don't leave. Just listen, don't leave don't land. Just we have bombs. Let's just drop bombs. No, I'm
Just
gonna land.
artillery. Yeah.
These people hide in the sand. Yeah, don't even just be like, go get him, sir.
These people hide in the sand. There's sand down there. They're gonna be there.
Yeah, just stab the sand.
But it's so good though. Like you talk about the storytelling and the visual storytelling. One thing that I picked up on in recent watches is like the way that you're describing the Harkonnens, their decision making is so black and white. It's so one or the other, period. There's no room for nuance. There's no room for other thought. It's what they want and what they want only. The only time they show any sort of nuance is when they're scared. That's when they start to go, okay, maybe there's other options because I can't order my way out of this. But then you go to their world and the way it was shot is like the whole world is black and white. That's their only perspective. That's all they have. So you kind of understand why those people would be conditioned to be a certain way. Now, why the space albinos would choose to go live on the desert planet is beyond me. But
yeah, because they have to wear cumbersome outfits that float awesomely, but
yeah,
they
have
can't
to
move.
look like they have to look like the deities from Fifth Element in order to go outside. But
Yeah. Yeah, and I just yeah, all right, just if you work for the Hark, yes, sir. Go
Yeah,
get them, sir. Just
I believe you, sir.
yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Do
you're
it. And
looking
I
you're
like the
looking
black
extra
and
milky today, sir.
think about this today though, like with the Harkonnens, the leaders are in power. So when the Baron is killed like an animal, he hasn't established like he's so used to murder and control that fear is a foreign thing to him. So
Yeah.
they do get afraid because when you have that, when you've never really experienced that fear because you've always had control, then you just
Yeah.
drop because you don't know what that is. So it's an interesting concept that they have, and I think it was smart though to test, you know, like, fade Raltha because
Yeah.
if he was just killing people with his shields, this guy's a coward. But since they tested him, since he fought one of the best, and that's the fight choreographer, by the way, the guy who did the fight choreography in the movie
Yeah.
for the entire film, and so
He's
like
the one who says I won't die like an animal.
yeah, and he fights, and they no the bald guy, the good knife fighter who isn't drugged. Is he the one that says that I won't die like an animal?
He's yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
smaller of the two they pull straight from Gold's Gym. And the last
yeah,
one is it makes sense that he's the fight choreographer.
yeah. Landville. His name's Roger Yon, and he's just yeah, he does a great job of it.
His
And
name is
but
Landville.
yeah, in the movie, yeah, Landville.
Interestingly enough, in Dune 1, the first Dune, when Duncan Idaho is coming off of his ship, he's talking to Landville because he gets off and goes, Landville. And they're like talking about getting it dialed in because he said that the stabilizers were too loose on the ship when he's flying in. He goes, don't worry, we'll get it dialed in. So that's an interesting callback that guy would come back in Dune Part 2.
Oh, I love it. I don't even remember that.
Yeah. It's right as you first meet Duncan Idaho. His first line of dialogue in the entire movie is Landville.
And that's another reason why this movie works.
Yeah.
There's a dude named Duncan Idaho. Like I feel like in most sci-fi movies,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Han Solo, Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker, just big sci-fi names.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett, and then you have Idaho, and
Yeah.
you have Paul. Hey, Paul, and then you have like Jessica. Like I love
Leto.
that
Yeah.
they actually like, where's Idaho at? Get him in
Yeah.
here. Like that's another reason why it's very accessible
Yep.
to audiences. That's
It's,
cool.
it's a good thing too. I mean, like Duncan, he's such an like Momoa is just such an enigmatic character, right? Like he's so good at playing that role,
Yeah.
you know. So he played he good purpose, but then like it made sense because if you don't watch that movie or if you don't know much about Dune, and at the end when Paul's fighting Jamis, and they're like, you don't understand, Jamis is really really good,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Jessica and Paul are like, yeah, Jamis is good. I've been trained by two of the best people in the entire universe.
Hmm.
So like I'm glad he's really good, but I'm better than this guy is.
Yeah.
And you kind of make that connection that he's been, he's this prince who's been trained his whole life to be a swordsman by the two best swordsmen. So then Stilgar's like, oh, Lisan al-Gaib, he showed up and killed one of our best fighters in a fair fight. You're talking about something that was going to happen,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You and I are trained like MMA fighters by the best coaches on the planet. And then we show up to a planet and we just obliterate somebody and like, oh my gosh, he
Yeah.
just did it. Yeah, we just did that. Yeah,
I can't
we didn't train our entire lives for this. Like, I was like, how did I know? How did I do this?
Yeah.
I think that's why this movie's good, is because they do a good job of being like, listen, the Bene Gesserit has just been infiltrating all these people. He's been trained in languages, and the dude, and he's low down spice. So
Yeah.
they do a good job of like, and like you said, Silgar's like, look at, oh my gosh, like he did it. Like people want to believe.
Yes.
And
Yes. They want that hope. They want it
Yeah.
to be true because if it's true, then the struggle's finally over. And that's one of the things that's so interesting is because he's always constantly just like, no, it's him, he's the one, but I'm not going to tell him he's the one, and I'm not going to sit here and gas him up, but I mean he's the one for sure. And then you have Chani, who plays, I think, one of the most integral roles in the entire film,
Zendaya's great.
just trying to keep Paul grounded and being like, hey Paul, this is important. I want you to know that like this is what's happening to my people. You see it. I know you see it. How do we circumvent this? Right. And Paul's fully on board until he doesn't have a choice. And then it's almost like this betrayal that's hard for everyone to deal with is because she loves him. He was on her side, and then all of a sudden he's switching scenes, and now he's embracing this whole Lisan al Gaib. He's taking the water of life, which, by the way, milking the worms. Who gets that job? Who found that out? You know what I mean?
What do you do for a living? I
Right.
milk sandworms and I
Yeah.
take poison from them that people drink that gives them powers. What?
I find baby sandworms somehow.
I
Find
drown them.
baby sandworms, and then I keep them alive until I'm ready to drown them and pull the blood out of their bodies. And how many vintages of worm blood did they drink before they were like, okay, this is the perfect?
I mean, it's like
Yeah,
any bourbon or whiskey or tequila, you got to really milk it correct,
right.
like figure out.
And those worms are ancient. So how old is that worm? Is that worm 30? Is it 40? Or is it just a couple of weeks old?
That's a great. Okay, so they're gigantic.
Yes.
I mean, and they're ancient.
Very.
They're not killing a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Like that's Phil.
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly. At what point are you naming, these particular worms and what are they? I mean, they're all Shai Hulud as far as you ask them. They're all that one god worm, Shai Hulud. That's all they ever refer to him as. But maybe one of them is George.
Maybe they just get the jerk worms.
Yeah. And you get Duncan, Idaho, they would be a George.
Where's Phil at? Phil's over there.
Yeah.
Get Phil. Phil's a dick. Go drown Phil.
We got the possible Lisan al Gaib out here. Go grab Phil. His time has come.
Yeah. Once they get to 40, I would let him go. Because like you've done your sandpit time.
He's done enough.
And how many people actually drink that green stuff?
Not a lot.
Yeah. So
not a lot. I mean, it's only the Reverend mothers that drink it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's 7.
Yeah.
There we go. Give them the 7-year-old vintage.
Exactly.
Let's see what happens.
I mean, that's pretty finely aged in terms of like, your average whiskeys, right?
It's like a bottle and bond
Yeah.
sandworm.
There you go. There's a marketing idea.
Just make green bourbon. Well, I don't know if you could call it bourbon then if it's green.
It's blue, actually.
Oh, it's blue, isn't it?
Is
I'm
like
thinking Star Wars.
It's like their eyes.
Oh, got it. Yeah, it's blue. Why was I thinking green? I was thinking ectoplasm from High C.
Or ooze if you're a Ninja Turtles fan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, or predator blood. Could be that.
There it is. That's why. Yes.
Nobody's milking predators.
How do you know?
I don't actually, now that you mention it. The mouth looks somewhat similar without the mask on.
Hey, Mark, like the Harkonnens. Hey, Mark, go milk a predator. Go milk a Yautja. Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes.
Okay. And then
I would just leave for like a few months. And then like
I would come back with whatever I could assume would be passable for Yautja blood and be like, here you go, man.
I got it.
Yeah. Like, oh wow, how'd you do it? It was tough. I don't even really want to talk about it.
I would maybe like cut off a piece of my ear. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just give me a really strategic scar and I would come back. It's like
good idea.
It's in the lab.
Yeah.
Like Mark,
this is boasting to the entire universe. We got Yautja milk. Got him.
Like Mark, this is water with dye.
Yeah.
And some sand. I'd be like, I'll be right back. And that would just disappear.
Mark, I gotta tell you, this is Diet Mountain Dew.
What are we gonna do? Play video games?
Like, oh, is that the Mountain Dew one? Hold on, I'll go get you the Yautja one. That's back at the lab, and then just your footsteps turn into a run as you.
They're like waiting for 3 minutes, rocking back and forth, and Robin's like, "Wait,
he's coming right back."
He looks at Austin. He's like, yeah, Faye Ralph. He's coming back. He'll be right back.
Coming back, Faye. He's gone.
He left. He's gone.
Don't give that milk to my darlings.
You see a spaceship in the background going.
The window behind them. It's fine. That's fine.
They're not like the Harkonnens aren't hunting down people who leave.
No, I don't care.
They're gone. Whatever. Like they don't care. There's no Harkonnen dog Harkonnen the bounty hunter. Like, they're not. He's gone.
Right. None of them have hair. So a dog, the bounty hunter Harkonnen, sticks out more like a sore thumb than anything you've ever seen.
And that gal, if you're Harkonnen with hair, you immediately become a bounty hunter.
Right.
Like that's
And eyebrows
preordained.
are coming in. We know what that means.
Oh crap! You know,
Yeah.
some bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I gotta hunt Phil down. Gosh.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, we know you've been shaving your arms. No, seriously, no, I don't grow any hair.
See, you know. Oh crap!
Look, just dang it.
All right, bounty hunter school.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what's also smart? The sister doesn't make an appearance in this. Like I know Anya Taylor-Joy pops up at the end, but she's got some crazy powers. She's like as a kid, like in a Dune other movie, like she's 2, but she can speak to anybody however she wants. And she's just pretending to be a child. Everyone's like, this kid's weird. You know, this kid this is not normal.
There.
You know, so if you introduce that in the second film, I think it's kind of you're just kind of like that's a lot. I think some audiences might be turned off by that. So when Doom Messiah comes around, people have been prepped with space cannibals and prophecies and this kind of stuff. They're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Cause she drank the 7-year-old bottled and bond Ralph piss.
Yeah.
And didn't had a baby. And then you just set it up for later. Like people can accept the fact that it's like a little baby in the stomach chatting with the mom. Like that's pretty easy for random people to accept. It's like Marvel. Iron Man was the first movie, right?
Yeah.
Dude with a suit. Thor, dude comes to Earth. He's like, he's an awesome guy. He messes up, comes to Earth, has to get his powers back. There, whatever, you know. Ant-Man, he's a bank robber who gets a suit. So they set it off really easily to like get into the weird stuff. Yeah. And so it's like, then when you go to space, you're like, oh, I've already seen these guys for a bunch of movies. So I understand why we're in space. So it was like, I think just again, this movie cleared 800 million, but I think that's because it really makes it accessible for audiences.
I mean, I have a feeling the daughter would have been a prodigy regardless, but then Jessica says, I'm getting a millennia of memories of all the Reverend Mothers all at once, and then you're like, oh, the fetus got that too. So the amount of knowledge that the child in her belly has already got, she's going to be born and just know how to take care of herself.
Yeah, just, hey, little girl, how are you? I'm fine. I know thousands of I'm fine. I am fine.
Don't pander Richard, to me, please. Yeah.
I know all about you.
Yeah.
Like, when you say all about me,
yeah,
I know.
No, all of it.
Do you need anything? Like,
can the baby come out using the voice? Because she would have intimate knowledge of that. That would be a problem of a toddler, especially a little girl. Because I have one of those, and if she had the ability to use the voice to command my wife, we would be in a world of trouble.
She already does command us
right now.
Dad, you sit here, okay? But if she goes, Dad, you sit here. You don't have to. I'm like, you don't have to. I would do it anyway. You don't have to use the voice.
I was gonna sit.
Yeah, I love you. I'm here. I'll chill with you.
Yeah, mac and cheese. What do you think I'm doing? I'm making it. I can't make it faster because you use the voice.
Can we start a Swedish death metal band together? Is what I would ask her.
Yeah.
Little 3-year-old on stage. She would already know how to play guitar. Yeah. Get her a tiny guitar, and then just have her sing.
A prodigy at every instrument she tried.
Yeah, just death metal, and everyone would be like, "Oh, like it's foreseen." No, she just drank worm piss.
That's written.
Yeah, it's like that should be like a liquid death flavor, worm piss.
I would buy it. I would. I'm just that much a fan. I would want to see just how blue it is.
What would the flavor be?
I want to think like a blue raspberry is what I would imagine it would be.
Sand.
What is raspberry, the RAZZ raspberry? not like a raspberry, like the actual fruit that we know and love.
Raspberry.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. It's raspberry.
Right. Because you can't call it what's the new Mountain Dew that everybody likes to joke about? What's the
Code Red?
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Those worms are pissing Baja Blast.
Oh, yeah. Baja Blast. The blue.
Is. Yeah.
Blue Code Red.
Oh, wow. It is definitely a Code Red. Especially when the worms show up. It is Code Red. I
Okay,
love that too.
let's draft our oh wow moments
Okay.
because I will. I Here's the thing: I'll never forget the first Dune. I think of every movie I've ever watched, the most I've ever went whoa was for the first Dune, and I think Dune 2 has more whoa moments. But the fact that you're so primed by the first one, you hadn't seen it before, takes away some of the surprise. So you're not like as mind like your mind isn't as blown as the first time around. But watching this again and how much work went in everything, like there's just so many whoa moments here. So let's do a whoa moment draft.
Okay.
Not woo moments. We're not going woo. We're going
No, no, no. This is
whoa.
whoa.
We're Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves from The Matrix going whoa.
Not I know.
Or Owen Wilson from any movie going wow.
Yeah.
No, that was Christopher Walken.
Wow. I
Whoa,
really, when I
whoa.
saw that Christopher Walken was cast, I was a bit nervous because I'm Listen, Al Gaib, I need to talk to you about the climate attacks.
The worms,
Disrupting spice. The worms there be becoming a bit of a problem.
Can you? I had a worm shoved up my butt for 7 years.
7 years. They give me the blood. I drink the Baja Blast. I see the future.
Hey, Florence Pugh. I'm sorry. You have a better one.
You're a good daughter. You do a good job.
I drink the Baja Blast. Yeah. Oh man, I love it. I gotta have more Baja Blast. All right,
Yes.
so let's do the whoa moment draft. I'll let you have first pick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I was really hoping you would because I don't want you to pick my whoa moment. My whoa moment is the first time Paul rides the giant worm.
Yeah.
And it starts from the moment you see that big plume of sand go up into the sky. And then they show the Fremen who are seasoned, who are knowing what they're doing, and they're expecting Paul to get on Phil. And out comes, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And as he's coming, you look at them and they're like, oh no. And Stilgar even says, whoa, not that big. And I'm like, oh man. And then to watch it show up and come towards Paul from the moment you see the sand plume to the moment he's standing in the score is just incredible. That whole scene, I don't think my mouth was closed the whole time in theater. I'm just like, oh, wow.
The sand design, the sound design, the VFX, the way it was shot. You watch how it was shot, it was crazy. Like they built some awesome sets. But yeah, that's
The practical effects
yeah,
for that too.
just gorgeous. Like they actually bred a worm, and Timothée Chalamet really rode one around.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's how good Denis Villeneuve is. So I have a question. You're a worm rider. Does the worm take you back, or is it like,
Great question.
or is the worm like the grandfather word is like, all right, get off me now?
Yeah.
Then you got to walk 17. No, you can't really walk. You have to, walk without rhythm. You want to attract the worm by Fat Boy Slim.
Right.
But
So we can see that they can guide them. They can show them where they want to go, and they like kind of pull on the hooks. And the way that you pull on the hooks pulls back on the fold of the skin, which in turn is like guiding a horse with reins. You're pulling it on one way, so it chooses to go another way. Here's two problematic things I see with sandworming. What happens when Phil decides he wants to do a barrel roll and you're on top? You're going straight into the sand. You're dead.
Or goes through a dune.
And yeah, right. And you're on top, and he goes just a little bit too low. So you're getting hit with 1,000 pounds of sand while going 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a splatter mark. The only thing that I thought of, and this may be covered in the books, I don't know. I started to read the books and it lost me. I'm sorry. I'm happy to admit I have a really nice
dense.
copy of Dune, and it's really dense and it jumps around a lot. And I was just like, okay, I can appreciate this, but I don't know if I'm going to keep reading. But I think they tire them out. And they get so tired, they eventually just stop. And then you get off of it safely because they travel with an entire group at one point when they go.
How'd they get on that worm?
That's my question too.
It's like a train station.
Right. And they get her little pod that she sits in on the back of the worm strapped in. That's one of those things that Denny's smart not to explain. Just let it be there. We've accepted enough at this point. We can all accept that
exactly
people got on the back of this worm.
You don't need to, right? Because you're like, yeah, they call a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going.
Uber worm.
Gray worm.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, there it is.
That there,
Okay.
that's the selection. That's on your app right now, people. If you look
Yeah.
at your Uber app, you can Uber, Uber X, Uber XL, Uber Black, and then Uber Worm.
Very expensive because it does billions of dollars in damage.
Billions, billions of dollars
You know
in.
what? I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Not another one. Okay. There's just sand lanes.
Right. It's like the ride share lanes, only it's a worm lane.
I call Uber Worm for all my
Yeah.
needs of travel.
I've got my thumper on me always.
It's like a it's like a little like what is it? A tap on your thing. It's like boom, boom, ding, and
Yeah.
it comes up.
If anybody's like, well, why I called Uber Worm and it didn't show up, I was like, you weren't in worm territory.
Yeah. You're in New York City.
Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
It's
What?
not worm territory. Silly.
It's not going through concrete. Oh.
Not without killing you. It's not.
Yeah, everyone, so many people die. All right, I'm gonna go with the Harkonnen floating in the opening battle scene because you're just watching the Harkonnen land, and then
Yes.
they're looking for this group, and then they just start floating in the air because a worm has been called, and you're just going, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it's you really do say whoa because they
Yeah.
just float up in the air, and it looks gorgeous and effortless. And Greg Fraser as a DP is incredible. He worked on Mandalorian, he worked on the new Batman movie. You just that's a whoa moment. You just geez
And it's
Louise.
practical too. You
Yeah.
believe it. They hit the little button and all of a sudden zzz, up they go.
Yeah. And it doesn't look overly wired. It looks
Yeah.
just gorgeous. And one thing, one thing I do like real quick is, when Jurassic Park was made, Steven Spielberg understood aspect ratio. So it's shot in a 1:8:5 aspect ratio where like the dinosaurs just look bigger on screen. So nowadays we shoot them in T3 239 and it's widescreen, but the dinosaurs don't have the scale or size that
Mm.
they did when Spielberg made it. And I think Villeneuve, like Gareth Edwards, a director who's out there now, they understand scale. And so just cut into a wide shot in the desert of these things floating up in the air, and you get this massive whoa moment. And so it's like I think a lot of my whoa moments just come from the scale that they understand. So yeah, I gotta pick that one.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So many things that they did that were just so subtle, but like I said, like you say, were whoa moments.
Yeah, just
Um,
whoa, not woo.
not woo. There are some woo moments
What's a woo
for sure.
moment?
A woo moment is at the end when the Sardaukar are standing there trying to think that there's going to be men on foot running at them, and Phil jumps out of the cloud of dust at them. That's a
Yeah.
woo. I mean, kind of a both moment, but it's still pretty good.
And when the Baron gets killed, you're like, woohoo! Just
Yeah,
that
you're
guy
very
sucks.
happy with that. A whoa moment for me, this may sound simple, this may make me sound like a simpleton, but in most situations in the United States it'd be a woo moment. But the Harkonnen world itself, when you finally go there,
Yeah,
you show it, and then to me, like the Harkonnen fireworks that look like little ink droplets
yeah,
against the white sky, I was like, whoa, like he's thought of everything, like these little nuanced things. Like the celebration just looks like black explosions on a white sky. Like how would you do fireworks on a Harkonnen planet with their giant white sun? Anytime something would go off, you wouldn't see it. So for them
yeah,
to have these black ink splotches, and then when it turns to night and everything's dark, then all the fireworks are white, and they make these giant spectacles. And the way that he plays with light is just amazing. And that's just one big tell for me, was those fireworks for a whoa moment.
oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna go with the cannibal ladies because I don't know. I was like, he has cannibal ladies, and I remember just
Yeah,
going like, whoa,
four of them.
yeah, like, and they're just sitting there with like black teeth. Just I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that one.
Yeah,
I'm about
look
to
at the
eat that.
thighs on that guy. Whoa,
Yeah.
he looks good.
Like we got a great boss. He just kills people and we eat them. Like
Yeah,
but I remember seeing that and just that's kind of a gutsy move for a PG-13 movie. And they were pretty much created for this film. So it's like, you know what? You know what you should have? Cannibal ladies. And he just
how do
murders
we,
people to eat them. Like you're
like Fade being a killer, great. Fade being a little bit psychotic, sure. How do we cement that? What do we give to Fade to really implement the fact that he truly is psychotic. We give him 4 cannibal ladies, and he doesn't care about anything except for his own hubris, his own ego, his own self. But 2 separate points during the movie, he makes a point to mention the fact that his cannibal ladies haven't eaten yet. And he's worried about their dietary restrictions.
That makes him more human too, right? Whenever you know how many movies innocent henchmen get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice that whenever he kills me, like, yeah, go use him as food. My lady's gonna eat him.
Yeah.
So it does show that he likes his pet cannibal Harkonnen modified vampire cannibals.
Makes me feel bad for whoever the Harkonnen janitor is, because if those ladies ever get a case of diarrhea, I don't want to know what's coming out of there. And if the toilet's clogged, what's coming up when you plunge it?
That'd be funny if Faye's like, stop eating the janitors. Like, eat other people. These, I don't want to clean this. You know, so just like people with real skills don't kill. You know what I mean? Like,
he's got a cannibal spray bottle anytime they start smelling the janitors. Like, hey, no.
Don't kill the janitors.
Don't.
I don't want to clean this. You're not going to clean this.
My darlings, I called IT because something wasn't working in the holodeck. They haven't seen him. They said he showed up on time, but nothing is fixed.
You know,
they just hiss apologetically.
So you didn't eat the IT guy?
Yeah. No, not us.
Just,
why does that smell like? That burp smells like Windows Vista. What happened?
And I love too that they leave out the nukes, because like the nukes are in this movie, but they don't explain that everyone had nukes because they went to war with the smart machines. And the war with the smart machines, after they won it, they reverted a lot of their technology to where AI doesn't exist anymore. That's why spice is so important. So it's kind of like, but they never explained that in the movie, because like once Paul's like, you know what, we had a fight with the robots, and everyone's like, Terminator? I'm like, no, that this was before Terminator. But like, I like that they leave that out. Like, yeah, we just got nukes.
Everyone that overly complicates everything, and then they just say, well, all the great houses have nukes. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all the great houses are willing to just use nuclear power at any moment.
Yeah, and it's outlawed, and like, but they do a good job of not being like, yeah, we still have them around from the Android war. What?
Yeah, then you want to hear more about that.
Did you say Android war?
Now, have you seen the Dune television series?
I have not. No,
I haven't either. And I was wondering, I wonder if they cover that?
Oh yeah. I mean, how many hours is it? I haven't watched Dune Prophecy either. Have you watched Dune Prophecy?
Which one is that?
It's the HBO show about the Bene
That's
Gesserit.
That's what I was referring to.
Oh no, I haven't watched that one. There's also one season of Frank Herbert's Dune. It was a 2000 miniseries.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do right.
Yeah.
I think less is more with Dune. And the fact that they've got this trilogy, and after this, guys, if you've read any of the books, because my brother's read all the books and he's told me about them at length, Dune gets weird after the story he's about to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, one of his sons literally transforms into one of the giant worms. I mean, like, you don't want to see that. Let's tell a satisfying story with Dune Messiah and be done.
You know how dirty my house is going to get now? My son's a giant worm.
Yeah. And now we were always talking about Phil and getting the piss out of Phil. Now it's everywhere. You want the water of life? It's on my front doorstep.
Try living with a sullen sandworm teenager that's the size of a giant sandworm.
Who's acting like he's the first one to discover Nirvana in the 90s.
Was wearing Nirvana was like a brand of clothes.
Now I'm just imagining a worm swimming through the sand and having the comb over, like the My Chemical Romance comb over.
Something about the way.
Yeah.
It has gigantic posters of My Chemical Romance up.
Yeah, absolutely. And like that's just his room. Is everything looks so. Oh my gosh, the decoration of the houses in the first Dune. I was like, man, they really went so above and beyond to make this world feel lived in, and things that you don't really make sense of, but it makes sense for this world. You
I
know,
agree.
amazing.
All right, what's your next whoa moment or wow moment?
Um, I don't want to like be simple here with the
Be
lights.
simple. There's
That
nothing simple. This movie rules.
was was him when he finally embraces being Lisan Al Gaib and he's walking out into that beautiful cave,
And this
which has all
the
the
Hans
lights in
Zimmer
it.
music blowing up and a worm behind him.
Yeah, and then he starts telling everybody their nightmares and telling everybody things about them that they haven't told anybody they don't know anything about. That to me, I was like, "Whoa, okay, we're doing this. We're doing this big here." I see.
It would have been better if he was doing like close up magic.
Pick
Look what's in your
a
ear
card.
as a quarter, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!"
He makes the coin reappear instead of listen. Okay,
What did you? Was that an ace of spades? Oh my gosh! You
yeah,
know?
yeah. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 70.
I'm gonna sit in this circular box for 40 days.
Uh-huh. With no food, drinking only the water of life. How easily does that movie derail?
What, dude? If it
Yeah,
becomes
if
that,
that happens, if he comes up with close up magic and like he's like, oh, and making his thumb move down. He's like, look at that.
he
Huh?
has
You ever see
two.
something like that? You're like,
He has
yeah,
200 yards of like colorful string or like fabric in his sleeves, and he just keeps pulling it out. Everyone's like, "What?"
or doing the out of the mouth thing. Like, oh.
I got your nose.
Right. And
Yeah,
just
that's listen.
so
That speech and like I I'll never have that entrance in my life. Like a Hans Zimmer score and a giant sandworm
yeah,
behind me.
exactly.
I mean, actually, I love walking in stores with my daughter. Like that's good enough. I can
Yeah,
argue with that. I roll
for
with her.
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this one's. There's a scene where Gurney comes down from his sand harvester or spice harvester and just looks
Yeah.
gorgeous. Remember when he jumps out of the
Yes.
machine?
Yes. He's
And,
juicy, juicy.
yeah, it's just oh, but he floats down. It's just gorgeous, and you're
You and the
just
floating. You got the Harkonnens floating and you got Gurney floating.
I love floats. I
They're
love
good.
when people float.
It's a really solid float.
Like you just don't see it. I love parades too.
Yeah.
You don't see it coming, and it's just
Right.
such a gorgeous wide shot. It once again speaks to the scale of it that I like.
Mhm.
So
No,
okay.
that's a great whoa moment. Gurney is a whoa moment in itself.
Yeah.
And although it probably should be a raw, well, let's say a woo
Woo!
moment. What? Yeah, it's not a woo moment; it's a whoa moment. Is the scale of that fight at the end?
Oh, when the
Way
sandworms
they
come blasting down.
Well, no, honestly, it's the evening fight
Oh yeah.
where Raban's trying to escape and they're just showing all the shields clashing and those guys working through. I was like, this looks real. It looks like such a good fight. There's so many fights that are so cinematic. You know what I mean? Like, it harkens to 300 with Gerard Butler's taking on guys one by one when thousands are charging him in at once. And it doesn't feel like you imagine a battle would feel in that particular scene. Useful, beautiful, love 300, not trying to nitpick it. But when I'm looking at what looks like an actual conflict, that was incredible to watch the helicopters over top just shooting down
Yeah.
onto
Anybody.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, those helicopters overhead. He's great at overhead shots. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
There's another shot that he's good at that I'm saving for my last whoa moment.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do Channy and Paul when they're running from the Harkonnen helicopter. I love that wide shot when they're just hiding behind the feet and then he takes
Yeah,
off and then she has to blast it. Like
yeah.
that's just such an epic moment because they're just getting wiped out.
Yeah.
And just the scale of it. And just I love that wide shot though when he starts running, then she picks up the rocket launcher and then knocks it through there and blows him up.
Mhm.
It's just such a wonderful moment. Like they know when the shields go down. And
Yes.
I dig that. I think it's such a great moment.
There are two things about that scene that are just like really subtle that like you don't really like, I guess, consider, but they're so amazing and they tie the scene together so well. By the way, you stole my last one. That was my last one, was that wide shot of the helicopter coming down. And it's when Paul's running and the leg pops up and he goes, "Oh crap." He doesn't say "oh crap" verbatim,
Yeah.
but that's like it's so relatable that you're running for cover and your cover is moving further away. And he goes, "Oh God."
Yeah.
And it's like that's relatable because I was like, "Oh no." And the second one is Johnny. after she's knocked down the helicopter and she's running to catch up with
Yeah,
Paul.
that shot and it explodes. Right?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Just
that's
a
yes.
slow moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
her running and going like
Yeah.
I got him, and she's laughing as she's gotten this little victory. I was like, how human is that?
Yeah.
How much of an emotion have I got it? But you're still exhausted running away from this explosion and this
You're
giant-
running in sand.
Yeah.
With like not even nice, like low tide sand.
Yeah.
That's had time to be flattened by, nice ocean waves or whatever. Like you're just on loose sand running with a rocket launcher. But yeah, that you nailed it. That wide shot where it's crashing and she's running.
Yes.
Oh man.
Get
Also,
between the legs, what's just happened. You know what the scale of the whole scene is. It's just this huge scene and just spectacle, but it's a really simple thing that's happening. It's just a helicopter going down.
man, and Zendaya rules. There's that scene too where she's really happy that he's riding the worm and she's just elated.
Yes,
I
that he
love
didn't
that.
die.
Yeah.
She finally sees him. She's just like, ha ha ha.
So happy too. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She,
And then, like,
you hit the nail on the head. She is excellent in this movie, and she doesn't say a lot. She doesn't have to say a lot. Her facial expressions tell a story. Same with Javier Bardem as Stilgar. His facial expressions could tell an entire movie, I think. But like, when she's just sitting there watching him, or they're having the conversation in the tent with everybody, you just see the way that she's looking at him. You're like, man, she's you could tell that she's coming around to him and really starting to care about him, as aside from the snarky version of her at the beginning.
mhm.
And
And when she's explaining how the wind traps work and he's just staring at her.
yeah,
You get it. And also too at the end, like I understand why he makes the moves to get, take Florence Pugh in hand in marriage. But like, bro, like Zendaya, she's awesome. You know what I mean? Like there's been so many of that in movies before you just don't care. But their relationship and she's just so good in it. And I wish I could be mad at someone and just ride a sandworm away, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
what a great way to be.
I'm out of
angry.
here. Like,
How mad was Mark? He got on a sandworm.
like someone has a dune buggy, just like someone's on a camel, and then I just go blasting by on a sandworm and then like show off.
How appropriate is the name Dune Buggy for that movie? Yeah. How is it they haven't used that term Dune Buggy?
Yeah. Oh, it's a dune buggy.
Yeah.
What?
Technically, worms would be a Dune Buggy.
Yeah, they are. They're
Wow.
a technical
Worms
dune
considered
buggy.
an insect? I don't think so.
Not these worms.
Yeah. No, there's no way.
Like the other graboids from Tremors, insects.
I don't think so. I would consider those just straight up aliens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I like
But
that there's
in-
various ones of them. There's like butt blasters
Yeah.
and then something else.
In the later iterations, you have the ones with the legs, the two little walkie ones.
Yeah. They have a name, but I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
They
it's
look like chompers. That's all I would call them, chompers.
oh yeah, from TMNT.
Yeah.
Metal ones. Yeah. I like
They
that.
look exactly like them. Hence,
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
little fleshy chompers.
We keep talking about turtles in the green ooze.
Hey,
But
maybe
and-
it's the sign.
any other woe moments? I mean, the sandworms coming towards the army, the giant explosion. I like when the baby worm gets caught too. Like that lady just catches her and the worm wraps it around her leg and then she just walks and drowns it. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah. Geez, that's oh yeah. When he's at Siege Tabra and he's showing them, he says 8 point something million decaliters of water, and nobody dying of thirst is going to drink the water. To me, that was like a world building moment where
Yeah.
oh my gosh. First of all, it tells you how long the Fremen have been there
Mm-hmm.
and how important water is to them, with the fact that he's like, don't cry, don't waste your water over the dead, don't vomit in the desert. And then you see 8 point something million decaliters of water. And he's like, yeah, nobody even dying of thirst is going to drink this.
That'd be great if there was something like a Fremen in the background slurping the water. And like then he hears him say that. He just sort of,
I was gonna say, what if they didn't tell them that at first, and Paul was like, "You guys have a pool?
cannonball! And everyone's like, no!
Paul's swimming in Jamas." And then you cut to Stilgar, who's like, "It's written, he will swim in the memories of our deceased."
He will cannonball. Yeah. Oh wow. And then he's just backstroking and spitting
Yeah.
water up in the air. That was Phil.
Spitting water up in the air. Guys, this water's salty. What is the deal?
Oh, it's this like he's like this wood this stone is hot, and he starts splashing the water out to like
And you just cut
cool
to
it. So when he walks out,
mortified Fremen watching. He's just like, gotcha. He's doing the little thing with his hand where he squirts water at him. Huh? They just can't, they're frozen with mortification. Has
shooting
got any
people.
floats?
Yeah. Just yeah, we need that movie. We've created a
Yeah.
really odd Dune film, but I
We need
like
the
it.
scary movie version of Dune. So doable.
You could just combine a bunch of movies and
Yeah.
make it fun.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
but
it would be hysterically fun.
I think we
Hi,
just
my
wrote a
name is
scene
Johnny
too.
Las Vegas.
Johnny Las Vegas. All God complex or something, just something real random.
Right. And every time he looks at somebody, his eyes are just wide open and super blue.
Uh, you know, uh, you have blue eyes from the Spice? No, he's got blue eyes. But yeah, it's
No, he's
but
Frank Sinatra's kid.
he's just crooning. Oh
Yeah.
man. And so also, like, I do like that Paul has been trained, and I like that they set that up. I like that he's not just like, hey, I'm really good with this.
Right.
I think, yeah, I think it's a cautionary tale.
Yes.
And I think people who like, I don't want to watch this movie. It's about this. Like, yeah, but guys, you watch it, you'll understand why.
Right.
So I dig that about it. And
It's not somebody who's just good because he's for the sake of being good. Like, it's not a movie where it's a beat 'em up action movie where the guy is just he's yoked beyond belief and you just believe that he can beat up anybody. It's like he educates himself. They make a point to show that he's like, okay, I'm going here. Let me take time to educate myself. And when people of authority speak to him and tell him things, he listens. He goes, okay, I understand. And then his father says, I'm going to be doing this. I want you with me. Watch what I do. Watch what I say. Learn this. Yes, sir. Okay.
got you. Yeah.
The
And
opposite
then,
of the Harkonnen employ.
yeah, I'll go get it.
Yeah. Worm piss on it.
On it.
I've been drinking this stuff for 6 months. I find out this is not worm piss. It's Baja Blast.
He's like gained, like his teeth are kind of bad, and he's like gained some weight, and like
They're black and blue teeth.
I can play video games for hours, but I'm not any stronger.
I'm craving stuffed crust pizza, but I don't see the future.
2 words: Taco Bell. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
go get me Taco Bell.
Yes, sir. On it.
Yeah,
Got
on it. Where'd they go? Like,
yeah. When did you lose a hand? I ran by Fade's room. I thought it was Taco Bell. I had my hand on the knob.
Same thing that happened to me. And
Yeah. Holds up a nub.
why does our workforce only have one hand? A lady's got to eat.
Fade, stop giving them. We will
He
give you
wouldn't care
other
though.
people.
Would he care?
No, he even tells Paul, you wouldn't be the first relative I've killed.
Yeah. Yeah, he killed his
Okay.
mom. I do like
Yeah.
that. Like we can control him through what sex and
In his
violence
vanity.
or something.
In
Yeah,
his
in his
vanity.
vanity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah,
And then
me too.
Leah Sado just goes in there and
That was my question, though. I want to know what constitutes a prospect, right? Because they have other prospects other than Paul, but Paul can use the voice. Paul is doing Bene Gesserit things. Fate is just killing people and feeding them to cannibals. What makes him a prospect?
probably easier to control.
Yeah. But a prospect for what? To be the Lisan al Gaib?
To be the
voice in
leader.
the outer world?
Yeah, like or
Is
the
that
ruler.
Sadarak, as they call it?
They can just listen, give him cannibal ladies, let him murder some people.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring some of our ladies, we'll just control him, and we'll feed him grapes.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, this is
And
great.
tell him how good of a job he's doing. Positive affirmation for Fade.
We have to have a weekly parade.
Yeah. How do we control him? Tell him he looks nice. Oh, thanks.
Hey, that looks great.
I want to see Faye just doing like the little lady sway. You know what I mean? Thanks. And
You know when you
starts
gutted
swaying
that
his
guy
shoulders.
the other day?
Stop. No.
I've never seen a better gutting.
No, you have. Stop. Oh,
Any other
man.
final thoughts about Dune Part 2?
No, I think it's definitely a great movie. And you could honestly end the Dune series with Dune 2. I mean, with that foreshadowing off into the distance and go, oh, Paul's gonna go out and attack the great houses. This is cool. He's Lisan al Gaib, he wins. But it's definitely cranked the excitement for Dune Messiah.
Yeah, I might listen to Dune Messiah because the whole sisters around, and I hear it's quite different. But maybe the surprise is good, but I want to know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
But yeah, this was awesome, Jack, and thanks for suggesting this. It's always great to have you on, and happy to see you guys crushing it.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. This show, I'm glad to see it flourish and be so popular all over the world.
Hey now,
Watching your show, just take off, man. I'm honored that you would even have me on here. I appreciate it.
you ate a lot of sand for this episode, and I
Three
appreciated it.
pounds, yeah. And we didn't even get to cover the sand ingestion or the mud diarrhea.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, what comes in?
Yeah, as written.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Jack Austin, this is Movies on the Flicks. We'll see you next week.